You make a mess, you lose your keys, you snore too loud, you burn my cheese, but through it all, you still feel right, like late night drives and porch lights. Your hurricane, your binge wine, you ain't easy, but you're mine. And if the sky falls down tonight, I'll still hold your hand in the fight. We're far from calm, we're borderline, but baby, I'm glad you're mine. You roll your eyes, I roll with you. I take the lead, I follow through. We're wild and weird and built to last. With every storm, we're standing fast. You test my soul, you cross the line. You ain't easy, but you're mine.
She don't say much when the sun goes down, just rolls in that wave and spin around. While the world's still talking in black and white, she sings in colors through strings at night. No long speeches, no fancy lines, just a lonesome waltz in three-quarter time. I swear I knew her deepest truth when she bent that note in sweet vermouth. She talks in fiddle tunes, speaks with fire under Texas moons. Every slide, every sway, says what words could never say. She don't cry, she don't swoon, she just lets that redwood croon. Yeah, she don't speak, but she sure moves. She talks in fiddle tunes. I asked her once, what's on your mind? She played me back in 6/8 time, a whisper soft in G and D, and suddenly she undressed me. She talks in fiddle tunes, speaks with fire under Texas moons. Every slide, every sway, says what words could never say. She don't cry, she don't swoon, she just lets that redwood croon. Yeah, she don't speak, but she sure moves. She talks in fiddle tunes. When the lights go low and the bar turns hush, she'll pull that bow and hearts will rush. One solo break and you'll believe that strings can preach and songs can breathe. She talks in fiddle tunes, tells the truth neath neon runes. No need for lines, no need for lies, she says it all with closed eyes. So if you hear that sweet monsoon, it ain't just notes beneath the moon. That's her heart and every bruise. She talks in fiddle tunes. What's on your mind? She played me back in 6/8 time, but we were soft in fiddle tunes. She talks in fiddle tunes. She talks in fiddle tunes. She talks in fiddle tunes. When the lights go keys. You grabbed my hand, said you ain't driving, not in that stand.
You had 2 beers more than me, stumbling like a tumbleweed. I said, sweetheart, park your pride, you're in no shape for that midnight ride.
Well, I ain't leaving unless you drive.
You'd hit a cow and call it alive.
I know the roads you can't see straight. My truck knows home, it ain't that great.
We bicker a while, but still survive. I ain't leaving
Unless you drive.
You said, get in, I'll take the wheel. I said, fine, long as we get a meal.
You rolled your eyes, I sang too loud.
We left that bar like a honky-tonk cloud.
Don't that jukebox play our song. Tried to tip the wall and got it wrong.
But when you smiled with that crooked face, I threw the truck in second grace. I ain't leaving
Unless I drive.
You speed like someone's taking lives.
At least I steer and I sing strong. Your pitch is bad, but you sing along.
We clash, we joke, but we're alive. I ain't leaving
Unless you drive. You hold the door, I hold the keys. You call me stubborn, I call you tease.
But somehow every Friday night we argue just to end up right. I ain't leaving
Unless you drive.
next time we call a ride.
But then who'll fight? We need the spark.
You love my bars. We're messy, loud, and full of drive. But I ain't leaving. No, I ain't leaving
Unless you drive. You hold the door, I hold the keys. You call me stubborn, I call you tease. But somehow every Friday night we argue just to end up right. I ain't leaving unless you drive. Next time we call a ride. But then who'll fight? We need the spark. She's sitting quiet at the end of the line. Red dress flame in a whiskey sign. No ring, no smile, just lips that burn. One wrong look, you'll never return. The boys all say she's too much heat, but still they trip on restless feet. Trying their lines, trying their fate, but she don't love, she incinerates. She's a bar's to wildfire. One spark and you're caught in desire. You think you're safe, then comes a flame, and nothing around you feels the same. She don't warn and she don't wait. She lights you up, then leaves the state. Yeah, she ain't love, she's wild and dire. tips her hat and splits in two. You'll smell her perfume in your soul long after she's turned cold. She's a bar stool wildfire, a slow sip turn to funeral pyre. You came for laughs, you left in ash with heartbeats racing way too fast. She don't warn and she don't wait. She lights you up, then seals your fate. Yeah, she ain't sweet, she ain't for hire. She's a bar stool wildfire. The band keeps playing, crowd don't know, but you're burning in her undertow. Can't dance, you can't fight, you're just embers in her life. She's a bar stool wildfire, burning down every last desire. Don't chase her eyes, don't try to stay. She'll love you once, then walk away. She don't love, she don't retire. She's not a girl, she's a wildfire.
You called me up, said can we talk? I met you where we used to walk. Same old bench by Miller's Lake, same old risk I had to take.
You lit a smoke, I bit my tongue. We both knew where this road had run, but hearts don't learn when they still ache. So we gave love one more break.
Second chance, same mistake. Running circles we can't fake. Trying to fix a heart that's cracked with the same hands that broke it back. We danced again, but couldn't shake that this was just the same old ache. Second chance, same mistake.
You poured the wine, I played our song. We laughed like nothing had gone wrong. But halfway through your glassy eyes, I saw the same old last goodbye. You wore my shirt,
Just like before, but left it hanging on my door. And when I reached, you pulled away like history on a cheap replay. Second chance, same mistake. Building castles by a lake that floods each time we try to trust. Turns dreams to dust and love to rust. We swore this time the chain would break, but some hearts just don't reshape. Second chance, same mistake. I wanted you without the pain. I wanted us, but not this chain. We held on tight, but pulled too late. Some love just don't reincarnate. Second chance, same mistake. Some lessons hearts refuse to take. We kissed like fools, held tight then ran. Still didn't learn who we began. You shut the door, same mistake. I saw your boots under my chair, didn't know how they got there. Hair a mess, lipstick half gone. Jukebox still playing our drunk love song.
I woke up with your hat on my head. You were smiling in your truck bed. Note said last night was a spark, but my dress smelled like corn dogs and dark.
We danced too close, we drank too fast.
That kiss came quick.
But it sure did last. Two boots, one mistake, hearts on fire and a morning ache. We spun that floor like love was real. Now we're sober and trying to deal. One night, two names we barely knew. Now I got your flannel and you stole my shoe. We played it hot, now we pumped the brake. Two boots, one big mistake. You said I sang like Patsy Cline, I said you spilled 3 shots of wine. You tried to waltz, I tried to lead, then we crashed into table 3.
You stole my fries, I called you bold. You said, boy, your breast's pure gold, and laughed so loud we shook the room. Now we share coffee and mild regret by noon.
We took a chance with neon trust, but I kinda liked that midnight fuss. Two boots, one mistake, a honky-tonk mess that we both made. We swore we'd leave before last call, but it ended up stair-to-ceiling walls. One bed, two hearts, not quite awake. Now we're laughing at our own heartache. We played it hot, then hit the brake. Two boots, one sweet mistake.
Maybe it was wrong, but felt just right, like Texas thunder on a Friday night.
And if mistakes come looking like you, I might just make one more too.
Two boots, one mistake. Coffee's cold, but hearts still ache.
Maybe we ain't made to last, but I'll sure miss that whiskey blast. One spark, two laughs we couldn't fake. Now you got my shirt, I got your name. We played it wild and lit the stake. Two boots, one big bold honky-tonk mistake.
You left your boots in the kitchen sink, didn't rinse your plate, didn't stop to think. Then you snored through half my show. I swear you do it just for show.
You bought more shoes, filled up the floor, left 10 candles by the bathroom door. You yelled at me for breathing loud, but still you call me your stubborn clown.
I roll my eyes, you lose your cool.
I take the blame, you change the rules.
And every time, without a sign, it ends with me uncorking wine.
You start the fight, I pour the wine.
lights on in your head. But somehow still when all feels bent, I pour a Merlot and we repent. We clash like drums but end in time. One cork pop and we realign. It's wild, it's loud, it's borderline, but it still ends with sipping wine. You start to fight, I pour the wine. You walk away, I say you're mine. We bicker big, then laugh and rhyme and hold on tighter every time. You forget dates, you lose your keys. You never say, steer with ease. But through it all, we're by design. You start to fight, I pour the wine. We're fire and salt, a spicy stew. But honey, I still choose you. So let's keep dancing, storm and shine. You push the fuse, I pour but the wine. You start to fight, I pour the wine. You roll your eyes, I say you're fine. And when we're gray with wrinkle lines, we'll still be yelling overtime. But through the noise, we'll toast in kind. You start the fight, and I'll pour the
Saw her walk in, red heels on fire, turned every cowboy's gaze to desire. She smiled once, that's all it took. 10 hearts gone in just one look. She orders whiskey like it's tea, talks slow but stings like Tennessee. She ain't the kind you take home quick, 'cause trouble boys wears lipstick. Yeah, trouble wears lipstick, moves like sin and hits real quick. She'll dance close, then disappear, leave you drunk on dreams and cheap beer. She don't lie, she just don't warn. She's a wild storm in a southern form. You'll think it's love, but it won't stick, 'cause trouble wears lipstick. She kissed Joe and wrecked his band, took his truck, then ditched the land. Now he sings sad songs at the bar, while she flirts 3 tables far. Yeah, trouble wears lipstick, lace and fire wrapped in slick. She'll lean in close and steal your soul, leave a burn where you ain't whole. You'll chase her fast but lose the race, with nothing left but a red stained face. So count your heart and pray it's thick, 'cause trouble wears lipstick. You can't tame what ain't tied down. She'll ride the wind to another town, but you'll still taste her name each night, like perfume lost in barroom light. Yeah, trouble wears lipstick, a walking song you can't predict. She'll haunt your thoughts, twist your pride, and vanish like a southern tide. She ain't mean, just wild and slick. Don't play the game unless you're quick, 'cause love don't live where she might pick. Trouble